Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
In duality, what is needed is only wakefulness. Wakefulness means knowing oneself as such, without limitations, without boundaries. Wakefulness means knowing yourself beyond form, beyond space, beyond time, beyond moment. Wakefulness means knowing the stillness within. Wakefulness continues means continuously knowing the endless peace within. This peace, this stillness within is endless. It has got no end. Because it is not an object, your own subject. Wakefulness means remaining conscious of oneself. Wakefulness means transcending the duality. Wakefulness means knowing that what are perceived is constantly changing, and whatever that constantly changing is not real, though they appear so. Why wakefulness is needed? Because your consciousness does not know that whatever perceived is not real and only the reflection of itself. Your consciousness is trapped by its own dream when it is accepting itself as a person. What's a dream? Dream means, in your perception, so many objects appearing, moving, and disappearing on its own, spontaneously. Everything just happens. You never do anything. Everything just happens spontaneously. The dream also happens. You are not dreaming. The dream happens. You are prior to dream. In wakefulness only, you come to know that you are none of the dream and you are already prior to dream. Till wakefulness happens, your consciousness accepts everything that is perceived to be real to be real. Your consciousness is asleep through personality level identifications and accept whatever that has happened or happening to be real, to be real, to be real, as it is yet to remain wakeful, as it is yet to wake up. Why it is not waking up? Because it never knows that whatever perceived within space is only a reflection of itself. Your consciousness never knows that everything is happening only out of your consciousness. Your consciousness accepts as if everything is happening outside itself. Everything is already there and you are very late to the world. But it is not so. Your consciousness has to dive deeply inwardly and stabilize inwardly, because it is identifying itself to be a person. Person is outside, within space, moving here and there. But the consciousness is within. The consciousness is within and only its expressions are moving outside, within space. So your consciousness is sleeping through the perceived dream by accepting everything to be real, and your consciousness remains wakeful by remaining conscious of itself. So to remain conscious is a mandatory. Note this point. I am addressing this only to consciousness, not any person. Your consciousness remaining conscious of itself, being conscious of itself is mandatory within duality. Otherwise, wakefulness cannot happen and you are continuously trapped throughout the waking state, taking the dream to be real. So there's no solution for any conflict, for any struggle within space, because there's no reality in it and you are seeking solution for that which is perceived, which is not real. Where is any solution for the unreal show that is going on spontaneously? No show is planned. Here, nothing to plan. Everything is, because there are no person here. Everything is happening spontaneously by the play of the elements just now. Once you understand this statement exactly, correctly, then you will not find fault with any of the show or any of the frame that is perceived just now. The flow goes on by itself and there is no person to conduct the play or to end the play. Even the form which you call it as a person is made up of zillions of cells and every cell is made of light. So entire object within space is made of light and everything is by consciousness. Why not you know that it is only by consciousness and you are already that? You need not make any effort to be conscious of yourself. Unnecessarily you are troubling yourself through perception by accepting whatever perceived is real, real, real. Your consciousness needs to wake up. Why? Because it has to know the observer within. Your consciousness is trapped by everything that is perceived within space, as it is yet to know the observer within. The observer is beyond consciousness, prior to consciousness, and everything is happening within consciousness. And your consciousness never knows that it is consciousness. So this conflict goes on endlessly. Deception also goes on endlessly. And there is no solution within space where everything is moving at a greater speed. The only remedy, the only solution is to be conscious of oneself. So wakefulness is a must Otherwise, your consciousness, which is never born, it accepts the birth to be real. Your consciousness, which cannot die, accepts the death as real. What more you want? What more ignorance you want? Birth and death cannot exist. Birth and death do not exist. And your consciousness accepts the birth and death as real because it is yet to wake up from the dream. Birth and death are only a dream state. It's not real. So your consciousness is continuously dragged down by its own perception as it is yet to wake up. And your consciousness is sleeping throughout the waking state. Is there any solution here? What is the solution for the dream that is going on spontaneously? The dream is not you. It is by the play of the elements in the light of consciousness. And you never dream and the dream happens. You are prior to the dream. You only observe the dream just now. As an observer, you have got no business. You in no way you are connected with the dream. That is going on spontaneously. But you are not spontaneous. You are ever here. You are the eternal observer. Just for a shorter duration, dream happens and disappears. Dream happens and disappears. You are neither the happening nor the disappearance. You are ever present here. But you never know this secret as you are yet to wake up. So here only within the duality, only a dream show is going on endlessly. And your consciousness also, by not knowing that it is consciousness, it is get trapped continuously, as if everything is real. And where is any solution for the unreal show? You want to find solution within a movie, not knowing that it is only a movie. Because you accept the movie to be real. How will you get the solution? First, you must know that you are only consciousness at present. That's the only way. Close your eyes and know the peace within. Here, inwardly, beyond space, there's no object. There's no matter. You are beyond matter, beyond object. There's no movement also. Unmoving stillness. Here only your consciousness begins. But it never abides there. It is immediately dragged down to the duality level. And identify each and every frame of the show to be real, to be real, to be real. Though your consciousness is beyond space just now in stillness, it is dragged down by the movements within space. Unnecessarily and unknowingly, your consciousness is deceived by each and every frame within duality, within space. But your consciousness is beyond space in stillness. It doesn't know and it never knows that it is within. It is only the unmoving, unchanging subject out of which every moment happens. Understand this deeply. Your consciousness is within. Your consciousness begins only in this stillness. This stillness is beyond space, beyond duality, where there is no movement. Unless you settle here and stabilize here, there is no chance for your consciousness to wake up. And your consciousness is always being trapped, getting disappointed and frustrated by a movie that is going on spontaneously by the play of the elements within space. Till your consciousness knows that it is only consciousness beyond space, there's no peace. It cannot remain peaceful unless it transcends the duality. But within duality, there's only continuous movement, continuous show, irregular show. You can't say what will happen. It just happens, and there's no reality. It is like seeing a movie. That's why I say, whatever perceived within duality is not you. You are not what that is observed. Whatever that is, whatever that may be, you are not what you perceive. You are not whatever that is observed within space. Whatever that is happening within space is by the play of the elements, by the spontaneous play of the elements, and it is not real and it is not you. When whatever that is perceived is not real and not yourself, why should you remain disturbed? Why should you remain perturbed? Because your consciousness is yet to know that it is only consciousness which is unmoving and which is unchanging, and it knows its presence only through stillness. So the only way for your consciousness to remain peaceful is diving deeply within and stabilizing in stillness as you are now. Inside, there's no movement, there's no object. So there's nothing to get deceived. You cannot get deceived inwardly. You are free already inwardly. There's nobody here other than you. Here you means infinity. No more person here. Enough of persons and their stories. Inwardly, you are already free. Inwardly, there's no world, no object, no matter. You remain so peaceful and relaxed. Why not stabilize here and relax totally and wake up? Wakefulness is possible only through utter relaxation. You are in utter relaxation already inwardly, but you never go inwardly. You never settle inwardly. You never stabilize inwardly. Then how will you wake up? Nothing has never happened to you. I give you guarantee. At the non-dual level, you are only observing and nothing has never happened to you because there's no object, neither the world. But whatever you perceive as world or object are within duality, like a screen. How you perceive a movie on a screen, exactly like that. In the screen of the space, you perceive a movie throughout your waking state. But as an observer, you are non-dual, beyond movement. And whatever observed are within the screen, like a movie, constantly changing. You are continuously perceiving only an unreal show throughout your waking state. But unknowingly, you take every frame of the movie to be real, and get frustrated. Definitely, you will get frustrated only because you are accepting something which is not yourself as yourself. Then how can you remain peaceful? Because you are yet to know yourself. Because you do not know, the very purpose of your being is only to know yourself. How to know yourself? Self means consciousness. Consciousness means light. Light is within. Out of light only, elements happen spontaneously and they interact spontaneously, and the world and every object is created. As an observer, you are prone to light. Only a play is going on within space because of the elements play in light, elements interaction in light. But for light and the elements, there's no play, neither space nor play. And you are more than space, more than the play, and more than consciousness. And nothing has never happened to you. Whatever story you may tell, it is only an observed show, observed dream, unreal. There's no reality. Whatever story you may tell, there's no reality, but you give reality to a story. Then how can you remain peaceful? Why don't you understand that everything arises only out of me, only out of my consciousness? You have to say to yourself, yes, in my consciousness only everything is happening. I am conscious of myself. Let the movie go on. Let me observe. You must understand in this way. Otherwise, again, you are getting trapped. You are not planning the dream. The dream happens by the play of the elements. You are only perceiving the dream. Then how do you get affected? Because you are yet to wake up. How to wake up? Only by remaining conscious of yourself. Because only out of the light of consciousness only the play or dream is going on. So through the same consciousness, wakefulness also happens. Your consciousness has to know that it is only consciousness. That's the only solution. But you never accept yourself as a consciousness. You are identifying yourself too much. You find so difficult to accept that you are only consciousness. But you are more interested in the perceiving show. Let the show go on. You can also get interested. But understand that it is only an entertainment, not a real. You are giving reality to an entertainment, a play. Play is by the elements. It is not by you. You are only observing just now. You are made to close your eyes only to know the observer in you. So the very purpose of your being here is to know what you are exactly. First know that you are only conscious of yourself, and know that in your consciousness only everything is happening. Further, you have to go inwardly and know the stillness within. In stillness everything dissolves. There's no movement, neither any object. You have to settle there and stabilize there so that wakefulness is possible. Your consciousness wakes up totally and knows that it is already free from the perceived show. It is no more connected with any of the perceived show. The show is happening in your consciousness, but you are more than consciousness. You are prior to consciousness. How can you are the observer of the consciousness and its play? Then how do you are the awareness? How do you get affected by the play by consciousness? The play is not by you. The play is by the elements play. And the elements are happening out of consciousness. You are already prior to consciousness and its play. And nothing affects you. But still you say that you are affected by so many things because you are yet to wake up. Dream happens spontaneously and you take the dream to be real. The only way to wake up from the dream is to be conscious of yourself. And to be conscious of yourself, you need not make any effort. Just be. No movement is needed. Just be. Just now, you know the stillness within. You are more than stillness. You are more than consciousness. And you are ever present. And nothing has never happened to you. Better wake up from the dream and know that you are already free from the perceived show. You are prior to consciousness and in no way you are connected to the consciousness and its play. You are only the observer. Better know at the earliest. Do not waste time here. Otherwise again you are deceived by the perceived show. There's no remedy. Within duality there's no remedy. but you want remedy within duality. How is it possible? The medicine is within, and you are seeking the medicine and searching the medicine outwardly within space. You will not get the medicine unless you go inwardly. The medicine is within you just now. Once you abide in this medicine of stillness, you remain so healthy, relaxed, free from the perceived show, and know your eternal beauty also. And you will know your nectar state constantly. My whole teaching is only to wake up your consciousness, which is unknowingly trapped by the perceived show. Unless you understand my teachings, unless you receive my teachings sincerely, it's not possible to wake up. The whole teaching is coming straight from the source, out of compassion, because I know what you are and nothing has never happened to you. But still you are yet to know it. You are yet to wake up. You are yet to know your absolute state beyond duality. Better wake up and know I am always here. Trust me. Be with me through stillness and wake up to know that you are already that.